Welcome to Old Folks Racing PS4. Welcome to round 7 of the 2021 league at the Nurburgring. We are not at the Nordschleife, we are at the GP Loop, and what a beauty. We have to drive today the Group C Porsche from the 1980s, a beast that these drivers are going to try to tame around this Nurburgring circuit. Here are the standings of the championship. Kev Allen, Simon Allen, Darren Head are your top three, and Kev Allen, pole position by a long way, 2.4 seconds ahead of this man, Diogo Silva, as we await for the green light and the start of this race. And it's a bad start from Diogo Silva. And it touches Chris Russell. Scott Davely has hit him. Oh, it's a massive crash. It is a massive crash, and Diogo Silva is rolling, and he is upside down within meters of this race. What a disaster for Diogo Silva. Darren Head there getting a love tap from Chris Russell, survives it and keeps second place. But what a disaster for Diogo Silva and also for Scott Davely that had qualified so well. They are dead last, 11th and 12th in this race in lap 1 out of 12, so they still have some time to recover. But it's going to be an uphill climb as we follow on board with Darren Head, who is in second place. Look at this, all pushing and shoving there through the this S that precedes this really fast section, and he already there some touching there between I think it was Alonso Fonso and Diogo Almeida. Diogo Almeida runs wide and Jambo is on his inside. Here comes Jambo to take 5th place. That was a nice move there. Diogo Almeida drops to 6th as Alonso Fonso in 4th place. Chris Russell keeps 3rd. Here is Scott Davely trying to recover. He's in 11th. In 10th is the red car, the red Porsche of Todd Antonio, and Scott will try not to lose too much time behind Todd. I could almost hear him now. Todd, I'm on your inside. He doesn't want to lose time, and he takes the inside there and runs wide but gets the position. Scott Davely up to 10th. Diogo Silva is still in last. He's already 15 seconds away from the lead, and I wonder what can he do in this race. It's still a lot of laps to go. Here he comes out, Antonio. Look at this, braking late, but not quite there to overtake Todd as he now tries to make a move into the last corner. Didn't quite work. He's gonna try to get it done in the start-finish line. There he comes now behind Todd Antonio. I think he's going on the inside, and I think he's side by side now into the start-finish line. Diogo Silva is moving up to 11th, and that is job done as well. So these two now, they're probably faster than some of the drivers ahead, but they will want to not necessarily lose time with one another. They're both quick, they're both recovering, so let's see how they interact and if they can sort of like work together to some extent to at least put them in contention with the pack that continues to be quite tight. Here is Jumbo in an excellent 5th place. That was a good start by Jumbo. He's the driver that makes up the most positions in a race so far in this season. He on average qualifies in between 8th and 9th place, and his average finish is between 6th and 7th. So there you go. Jumbo is the driver that makes the most positions, 2 positions on average between qualifying and the race. And then here he comes now making another position because someone in front of him has run wide. That was Alonso Fonso. Can he make a move? Not quite, but Jumbo is putting pressure in 4th place again. He's showing his skills here, qualifying not that great, but in the race here he comes already in a top 5 position. And here comes now Scott Davely. He has reached the 9th place driver, that's Stuart Brand, and you can see a few others already inside. So let's see how long Scott is gonna take to overtake Stuart. I'm assuming he's gonna be faster. Scott really at ease with this Group C Porsche, and Stuart Brand is running wide in the last corner. He lost a lot of speed, and here comes Scott Davely side by side on the start-finish line as they start lap 3, and job done. Yes, this is Diogo Silva looking at it from his onboard, and Diogo is going to try to follow. He tried to follow, but that was a little bit clumsy by Diogo Silva. Stuart Brand was perfectly entitled to shut the door there, because Diogo wasn't even side by side. I mean, it was the slightest of touches, but that has put Stuart Brand into a spin. Barry Evans has lost a lot of time as well. He has dropped 2 lasts. We didn't see what happened, but he has dropped behind Todd D'Antonio, who is now in 11th place. Scott Davely up to 8th, Diogo Silva up to 9th, but with a slightly clumsy move there on Stuart Brand, as Jambo continues to be very, very interested in that 4th place of Alonso Fonso, and the Portuguese driver holds the position for now, but for how much longer is it going to happen? These two are battling hard for 4th place. Other battles also for 6th place. We saw a very lively group there with Frankie, Diogo Almeida, and a recovering Scott Davely, followed by Diogo Silva. I think that's going to be quite an interesting battle as well. We've got 12 drivers in this race, and Kev Allen has completely disappeared, as we saw in qualifying. And look at this, Alonso Fonso is really feeling the pressure of Jambo. He just cut the chicane. I wonder if he's going to receive a penalty for this, or at least a warning to slow down. Let's see if there are any penalties awarded for that move. Diogo Silva continues to be behind Scott Davely. As I was saying, Kev Allen has completely checked out in 3 laps, basically opened the gap of 7.5 seconds. That's 2.5 seconds a lap, which is more or less the gap between 1st and 2nd in qualifying. We had never seen such a wide gap in a short circuit. But here at the Nurburgring with this Group C car, Kev Allen seems to be on a league of his own. He's in a different postcode. I don't know how postcodes work in Germany, but he's probably already in a different postcode. Of course, some heavy hitters are missing out this round. Paul Beattie is not racing this week. Also Simon Allen unfortunately sidelined with a health problem, and here's a shout out to Simon Allen. Very, very speedy recovery, and we hope all to have you in the cockpit very, very soon, as Scott Davely is now weaving in front of Diogo Silva, and I think Diogo is going to go for the move here. Not quite. But there he comes. Ooh, that was a bit clumsy again by Diogo, and I think Scott left a little bit of space there, and Diogo almost seems like he got out of it and then decided all of a sudden that he should go again, and second time round he was trying to go on the inside at the exit of the corner, and he just hit Scott. So Diogo a little bit aggressive. I think he's just slightly frustrated right now, because he really had a good qualifying position here, and all of a sudden, ooh, look at this, Diogo Almeida outbraking himself and hitting Frankie multiple times with that Blaupunkt Porsche, the black car. I don't know if he has a problem with his brakes, or if he's just also a bit frustrated on Frankie's defensive maneuvers. Look at this, Frankie already defending on the inside, as we are now at the beginning of lap 5, reaching the midpoint of this race. Diogo Almeida very, very dicey there, trying to get the position back from Frankie. Frankie doing a good job there. Frankie has not had the... And here comes Diogo Almeida on the inside of Frankie, and I think he's got the job done. Or does he? And here comes Diogo Silva trying to overtake both. Diogo Almeida defends, and also Frankie defends, and they all remain as they were, with Frankie in 6th place, Diogo Almeida in 7th, and Diogo Silva. Let's see if he manages to make a move now without being clumsy, as we see like a little bit of lag by various drivers here. Looks almost they are sliding in the ice. This car is quite difficult to control, as Diogo Almeida is finding out. Look at this, Frankie already defending on the inside there. And let's see. Oh, Frankie has outbraked himself a little bit, but so did Diogo Almeida, and so did Diogo Silva. As you can see, it's not very easy to battle wheel to wheel with this car, as this replay is also being very, very odd. Here comes Diogo Silva now trying on the outside. That was a bit of an impossible maneuver there. I mean, these 3 drivers, they're basically really outbraking themselves, and really just everyone is losing time, and Frankie has run wide. Frankie has run wide and drops to 9th place. Here comes now Diogo Silva on Diogo Almeida with Scott Davely now trying to recover as well. Diogo Almeida breaks very late and he's going to try to do the chicane. Yes, he will do the chicane, but on the outside comes Diogo Silva now. Diogo Silva on the outside. This is excellent stuff. Excellent stuff, and for once not clumsy. Here comes Scott Davely. He wants more. Scott Davely really is going to try to benefit from the Diogo's really trying to basically waste each other's time. Now comes Diogo Silva now on the inside. He's trying to defend also from Scott Davely. Scott will go on the inside of both of them now, and Scott hits Diogo as well. Scott hits Diogo as well, and look at this. Diogo was with a little bit of a push, and now another touch. Goodness gracious, these guys are driving hard. It seems that they are going for the win, but no. This is basically for 7th place. Now Diogo Silva, intelligent move there. Intelligent move, doing a bit of an over-under, going outside and then on the inside, and I think this time round he already runs wide, and so does Diogo Almeida. Look at this, incredible. I think this is too much car for this level of talent. Diogo Almeida runs wide, and now Scott Davely goes through as well. There is too much car here and too little talent is what I say. This car is really difficult to control, and when you get a little bit dicey, I mean basically you just the car just escapes from you, and now reaching the midpoint of the race, tire wear becomes also a big issue. This car is not known for turning very well, and now with worn tires, I think these drivers are also trying to battle with the car more so than battling with each other. Chris Russell, we haven't seen too much of him. In fact, we haven't seen anything of the top three so far, except that Chris is now actually very close to Darren Head. Chris making a great race. He has been on the podium before in the first race at Zolder. But so far it has been a bit of an up and down season for him, but now he's really trying to go for it. Oh, is he going to brake on time? Well, he did brake on time, but also relying a little bit on Darren Head's rear wing. Fortunately, none of the two actually lost time there. Jumbo is in front of Alonso Afonso, or what? No, he isn't. In fact, he lost a little bit more time. He is now 1 second behind, having been in Alonso Afonso's tail, but now Jumbo is sliding off the track in a rather weird way. I think this is more from the replay than actually what really happened with Jumbo's car. Here comes Chris Russell. Chris continues to put pressure on Darren. Chris, of course, had some incidents in Zolder in the second race, in the weekend where he was quite competitive. He was on the podium in the first race. Look at this, Darren Head and also Chris Russell, both of them running wide, and this is what I meant really when you get into wheel-to-wheel battling with this car. You just look at that, they're both off the track, and Jumbo is off the track as well. All sorts of mayhem happening when these cars start getting close to one another. But in the end, we haven't seen any moves whatsoever. Darren Head continues to be in second place, 12 seconds after basically 7 laps. So clearly Kev Allen must be now drinking beer. And here comes now Chris Russell on the outside of Darren Head in the last corner. Didn't quite work, but now maybe he's going to take the inside in a bit of a switcheroo. No, he doesn't, and Darren Head is already protecting the inside into turn 1. They're running almost side by side, and I think Chris is now going for it and trying to make an outside move into turn 1, which is not known to be a very good move, and it didn't quite work predictably, because really the inside line is the best line into that corner, and Darren is defending well, but I think he's also struggling with this car right now, and we are on lap 8, and really tire wear now is the name of the game. As these drivers, look at this, this was basically Chris just accelerating a little bit too hard out of this low corner, and you just lose the back end, and before you know it you are in the grass, which is not a great idea here at the Nurburgring. Jumbo continues to follow Alonso Afonso. That's the battle for fourth. Alonso Afonso doing a good job with this car. The Portuguese driver, he is the leading Portuguese driver right now in this race, as Diogo Silva is in 6th, and Diogo Almeida is down in 10th. And look at this, Jumbo now getting on the inside of Alonso Fonso didn't quite work, but it's just a sign that he's there and the place is there for the taking. But now he's also running a little bit of time. We haven't seen what happened to Diogo Almeida, but he has dropped to 10th, and that something must have happened to him, because Frankie was in 9th, is now in 8th, and Stuart Brand has also recovered the position to 9th. And not only Diogo Almeida lost a lot of positions, he also lost a lot of time, because he is 7 seconds behind. Oh, look at that! Alonso Fonso turned left where he should have turned right. It's a bit like zigging when you should be zagging, and Alonso Fonso clearly has lost control of his Group C Porsche. Of course, the tires are not in the greatest condition, but all this means that Jumbo is now up to 4th place, and again, it's a great performance from Jumbo. May I remember that he qualified he qualified in 6th place for this race, so he didn't actually qualified that badly. Nevertheless, 6th to 4th is again on his average, plus 2 positions to the finish, and he may not be done yet, although he is now 7 seconds behind Chris Russell, so I don't think that's going to work in the remaining 3 laps. Nevertheless, a very, very solid performance. Alonso Fonso drops to 5th and now is trying to defend himself from a recovering Diogo Silva, and also Scott Davely, who is only a couple of seconds behind. Look at this now, Chris Russell losing a bit of patience there, and he's really frustrated, because I think he's probably the faster of the 2 drivers, but oh, and Darren has spun! Darren has spun and he's in the middle of the track with his tires smoking. That's always not a great sign to see. Good job there by Chris Russell, avoiding the spinning Porsche 962. That was just too much pressure on Darren. He has lost it, his tires are gone, and now Chris Russell is up into 2nd place. And look at this, Diogo Silva now also found the back of Alonso Fonso. Can he recover to a top 5? We are reaching the late stages of this race, and Diogo Silva could still recover to 5th. I think at least he's just behind Alonso Fonso. Alonso Fonso made a mistake the previous lap here in the chicane. Will he make a mistake again? No, not quite, but he did do a bit of shortcutting there. And I think we may have a case of a very lenient... Oh, look at that! He ran wide in the last corner on his own, and Diogo Silva went through. Alonso Fonso, after defending so well from both Jumbo and Diogo Silva, now is dropping down the order. And Scott Davely, where is he? He is just a couple of seconds behind, and he has been, as usual, Mr. Consistent as well. He's probably taken care of his tires a lot more than other drivers have, and I wouldn't be... look at this, Alonso Fonso, I think his tires are completely gone. He's just overdriving that Porsche 962. He wants to turn, but the damn thing does not turn. Look at him. He's working hard in that steering wheel on the onboard, and Diogo Silva is completely gone, checked out of this battle. Diogo doing a nice job there in terms of pace. It's a pity that he got involved in that upside down incident within meters of the start. Otherwise, I am sure he would be challenging for a podium. Here is Scott Davely. I was asking just now where is he, and he's just behind Alonso Fonso, and he still has a couple of laps to try to pass him. Alonso Fonso runs wide again. I think he's really now overdriving that 962. Scott has a better grip on this car and also probably has better tires, but does he have the time and the ability to make a clean pass on Alonso Fonso? We shall see. Behind these drivers we've got Frankie, who has recovered to an 8th place, having run wide when running 6th. Still a good result for Frankie if he can materialize it in the last couple of laps. In fact, it would be his best result of the season, as he only once has finished ahead above 10th place. It was just in the second race of the Red Bull Ring where he finished 9th. Slightly more difficult season for Frankie this season than at the back end of last season. Stuart Brand maybe has other ideas, because he has recovered from that Diogo Silva induced spin in turn 1. Now to make a nice recovery as well with this Puma branded white 962. He's certainly holding a 9th position nicely, because Diogo Almeida, who of course is a good driver as well, is stabilize the gap in like 6 to 7 seconds. Scott Neville is really trying to find a way around Alonso Afonso, but I think Scott now also is suffering from tires. Look at this, Alonso Afonso is really all over track limits. Where is the race director when you need it? That's what Scott must be thinking. And and Alonso Afonso now has exited the track again, this time in a more structural fashion, and Scott Neville is through into 6th place. He is still within sight. Diogo Silva is still in sight, but I think it might be a little bit too late now for Scott to go and have a challenge at Diogo. And look at this, we haven't really seen the race leader. Well, I don't think we have had a single shot of Kev Allen in this race, not even at the start. But he is the leader with 25 seconds advantage over Chris Russell. And really, after 11 laps, that's just an outstanding job. It would be Kev's 3rd victory in a row, and you start to think that the Winter Championship is more or less decided, especially with Simon Allen being sidelined for a few weeks. We hope not too many weeks, because really, someone come and please do some opposition to Kev Allen. Darren Head is normally a driver that can do that, but perhaps not with this combo. And here is Stuart Brand really all over Frankie now. Darren Head is normally a challenger, and then Frankie runs wide, and Stuart Brand is through. Stuart Brand is through into 8th place. That's a nice recovery from Stuart. Diogo Silva is normally a challenger as well in some combos, but today he was really sidelined at the start. Other drivers have done a good job in the past. We had already many drivers in the podium, but only three winners, and if Kev Allen wins today, it's going to remain like that. Paul Beattie, of course, is another challenger, very high quality challenger, but he's not here today. So well, let's see what happens in the next few rounds, and whether someone is going to step up and challenge Kev Allen for this championship, as we are now in the last lap. And finally we see a shot, an onboard shot of race leader and dominant performer here at the Nurburgring. He crosses the line, opened the beer can. Yet another victory for Kev Allen. Excellent 2nd place for Chris Russell. This is going to be his best result of the season. Not his first podium, but certainly his best result. Nice to see Chris up there as well. Darren Head maintains 3rd, but really lost a little bit of time at the end. He finishes 4 seconds behind Chris. Nevertheless, not a bad result for Darren Head as well in the battle, basically for 2nd place of the championship. Look at this, that's Darren Head, Jumbo and Diogo Silva. They finish together, and I wonder if the race had a couple more laps, this would be a very nice battle indeed to watch. Scott Neville finishes 6th, Alonso Afonso 7th, Stuart Brand recovers nicely to 8th. Let's see if he manages to cross the line. Here he comes, and Frankie not far behind, but 9th place is still his, well, equaling his best result of the season. Diogo Almeida is going to complete your top 10 in that Blaupunkt black livery. Very nice livery there for Diogo, but not the greatest result today for him. Same livery for Barry Evans, who finishes 11th. Not a great day for the Blaupunkt drivers. There is the result. As you can see, both Jumbo and Darren Head climbing 2 positions from qualifying. This was a very nice race. More to come. Stay with us.